Hello everybody, by popular demand, we have the Tanya Rad.
Wow. Popular demand. How many people are
about 3 to 5?
3 to 5. Wow.
Here. No, 30, not 35, but 3 to 5. Yeah.
So to shout out to those 3 to 5 people.
She's here. She showed up for you. But we did the questions little thing on Instagram and said to ask us some hard-hitting questions that we're gonna answer. We have Julia reading questions. You're gonna hear her voice, and we don't know what they are, so we're gonna either be like ready to go and answer them, or we're gonna be caught off guard and put on the spot.
Well, what do you not want to answer?
What do you not want to answer?
Not nothing. Bring it on.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Bring it on, Julia.
Okay, we will start with an easy one.
Okay.
What are your pet peeves about one another?
You want to start this?
No, go ahead.
No, I think you should go first. This is your video.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to hear yours.
My pet peeves about Tanya, she's very slow. Like when I'm in a rush, so like I'll pull up, and she lives on a busy street, so I'll pull up to pick her up, and like her getting out of her apartment complex into my car is like there's no sense of like urgency.
It's so true. My pet peeve about Becca that irks me so much is I will like fire off a bunch of texts to her, and I understand that I wake up before you, so like I know I don't need a response until you wake up. But I will see that she has watched my Instagram stories and has not yet responded to my text messages. That's when my pickle gets irked. Because I'm just like, I understand you're not going to answer me at 4 a.m. when I respond to your text. Yeah, but I see that you're awake, and I see that your vitals are moving, things are happening, and yet I still haven't gotten a text back. 4 of them.
I do that with everyone though. That's just, it's like me being late. It's just like a bad habit.
If you had to choose one character in Grey's, who would you be and why?
Who would you be?
Who would you be?
Does it say dead or alive? Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't say dead or alive. I'm just assuming, let's just think of everyone as alive.
No one's died.
Who'd it be?
Like you want to say Meredith, but like she's been through a lot. Like you don't really want to be Meredith.
No, I don't really want to be her. I'm gonna go with Christina Yang. Cause like she was like all-star like intern with the hunky doctor, hunky surgeon.
And she actually is still alive.
Yep, still thriving in Iceland. Where is she?
Switzerland.
Something. Yeah, and like,
you know, I'm gonna go with Jackson Avery because he was just like a rich kid. He never had to do work for anything.
True. But then you'd be married. You'd be with Maggie right now.
No, they broke up.
But you were with her for a while.
Yeah, but I'm not with her anymore.
Okay.
Has Tanya ever had a crush on someone from Bachelor Nation?
Ooh!
For sure. Oh yeah, duh. A lot.
Yeah, many a time.
Jason Mesnick, obviously, but he's married with the family, and like we love that, obviously. I had a crush on Jason Tartick for a long time. Oh. I forget that he's from that show. Yeah. We can go with Dean.
Oh yeah, Dean.
Dean. I totally forgot he was on that show.
Wow. There's been a few more.
Are there things that you guys keep private from each other, or are you 100% open books?
I'm 100% open book. I think Becca knows more.
An open book with any and everyone who will listen.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
I mean, I'm definitely not an open book as far as like publicly, but Tanya knows pretty much everything in my life.
Is there anything that you haven't told me?
No.
0. I do enjoy that.
What makes you laugh that shouldn't?
Oh my gosh, I am a crisis laugher. I laugh when people get upset, like, and then when people in my life are like needing comforting and they're crying, I have to hug them because I start laughing and I can't let them see.
I feel like I've been on the other end, receiving end of that at some point.
Well, you cry a lot, so like a lot of times I'm laughing, like I'm okay with you seeing me laugh.
I'm like, it's not funny.
I know. I just panic when like feelings are shown and it's something I'm working on, but just my body starts laughing as like a defense, like safety
mechanism.
When
feelings are shown. Can we just get back to that? Like,
yeah, that's a problem. Sure, therapy.
What about you?
What was the question?
Is there anything that makes you laugh that shouldn't?
No, I'm pretty stable.
Alright, what are your guys' biggest regrets? Or do you have any?
What?
No.
I don't think I do either.
I know.
Because I think everything, even though it happens and it's like bad, I think it happens to your greatest benefit. That's why
I knew that you were gonna give
Flip
a cliche
it.
answer.
So true though. Like it's like, yeah, there's tons of stuff that I've regretted, but had I not done those things, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I feel like where I am now is right where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, would you rather give up cheese or chocolate?
Cheese.
Would you guys ever be roommates?
No.
Oh,
No.
why?
Just like for the sake of our friendship.
Same.
How do you learn to self-love?
Oh, how do you learn to self-love? I mean, still working on that. I honestly, recently, I've eaten healthy for a week. I don't even know when this video is going up, but at this point it's been a week long. It was like not just how I looked, it was how I felt, and so I decided to do something about it. And I'm like just feeling, honestly, mental, like I'm feeling a lot more like comfortable.
Oh yeah?
But it's hard. I mean, it's like you're constantly on this app where everyone looks perfect and like everyone's airbrushed and edited and has a filter on, and you kind of think that's what I'm supposed to look like. And you can if you added all that stuff too.
Right.
But everyone is feeling the same way about the things that you're insecure about.
Yeah. I have to like affirm myself on a daily basis. And it's not like every day I don't feel like confident about myself. There are days like where I will come and I'll just like, I literally feel like crap. And it all comes down to like the way that I eat and like how I move my body. Because it really goes hand in hand. Like I could probably be the same number on a scale. If I'm not eating right and working out, I feel like crap. And I'll look in the mirror and I'll see something totally different. It's really weird. So for me, it's like mental, and I just have to really just like, and I know this is gonna sound so silly, but walking around naked like really helps the mind. Like it almost just makes you more comfortable with your body. So I walk around naked maybe 70% of my life. And it makes you more comfortable with your body because you're just like constantly looking at your like body in the mirror, and then you just get more comfortable with it.
You know, to each their own on that. I don't think that would do anything good for me.
I think it does. My body's not perfect. It's far from perfect. Like one boob's bigger than the other. I have a little fupa. Like I'm not a size 0, but I don't want to be a size 0. Like my body is so good to me. Like the fact that like the way that I work every day and like the amount of, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like my body functions at a really good level. So it's like, sometimes you just have to be like, I love
grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. And like, I think it really comes down to like being the best that you can be. I think what I was struggling with, or what I have been struggling with, is that I wasn't even trying to be my best self. I like wasn't even trying to exercise or trying to look good. I was just like, well, I'll count on my metabolism for as long as it'll, you know, in my genes. And then at some point I was like, well, I don't feel good. I turned 30, things are happening. What did Becca Tobin say? Like everything just goes down.
Becca Tobin always says after 30 you can't show your knees. And I get it now because something happened where they're just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it just, something folds over and it's like, but it's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna wear skirts, mini skirts. I'm gonna rock that fold.
Yeah, like I feel like I have a baby face. You know, they have like the baby face on the knees. I have that, and so it's just like
it's new. It's just new. It's just new. And you know what? We're gonna get new things popping up left and right. I'm sure.
You know, like you get a chin hair. Just
chin hairs? No, but I started getting hairs. Like, do you have chin hairs? I started getting hairs on my.
Did I just expose myself?
Well, I started getting hairs here, and I didn't know that was a thing. So I started shaving my mustache.
You've never had hairs on your upper lip?
Never, until like a year ago.
That's weird.
They were blonde, I guess, but they started like showing up.
And they're hard.
Like, they were not hard, they were dark.
They're not thick?
No.
Oh, same. Yeah, I mean, I heard about that though. Someone had that. Yeah.
Do you shave it every day?
Sometimes I have to tweeze them when they're like thicker.
But do you do it every day?
No, I mean if I tweeze, they give me a few days of rest.
Can I?
No!
I want to feel it.
Do I have one?
No, I don't see anything.
First impressions of each other.
I thought she was really cold. She like did not have any interest in being my friend when I first met her.
So harsh.
Felt like I was like a nuisance to Tanya.
And she's so dramatic. She loves to play this up. Like she's this like savant. Is savant the right word?
We don't have like a dictionary or thesaurus around here.
Becca just likes to play this up. Like I was just this like shrewd, cold.
Shrewd is like not really what I would say, but I definitely wouldn't say she's as warm as she is, like
when
as I know
inside,
she is.
When you're inside the circle.
No, but you're warm to even people who come up and say hi to you and like.
I am?
Yeah. She's warmed up in her old age.
How do you handle being single or like in a relationship but not married when all of your friends are getting married and having kids?
Honestly, I don't have a ton of friends who are married, and so like JoJo's getting married and Ashley's married, and then but everyone else, most of my friends are single or like dating, and so I've never felt pressure in that area though.
I had like 4 best friends in college, and I'm like literally the only one that's still single. But I'll never forget, we threw her like one of my girlfriends a baby shower in Texas, and I remember getting back on the plane to come back to LA by myself, and I was so sad, like just sobbing the whole flight back, because I was like, when is this gonna happen for me? Like, what's taking so long? What's wrong with me? Like all the things that we always tell ourselves when it's like when things don't happen on our own timetable. But it's like, it's times like that, like, yeah, I'm human and I'm gonna have like moments where I feel that pressure and I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But then I have to like really take a step back and look at like my life and the path that I'm on, and like the things that I'm doing now, I never thought in a million years that I would be doing. And it took some really hard times and some hard things in my life to get to where I am now. And so I just know that God has such like a big plan for me, and it's like I've trusted him in every other aspect of my life, so I obviously know like that he's gonna fulfill like the desires of my heart. And I think I always have to keep telling myself that, because there are moments where you get caught up in that, you know? Like I always thought I wanted to do something by a certain age, and it's not on my timetable, it's on his, and it's like I just know that it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, and I just have to like keep my faith.
Good.
But I've been there for sure.
It's just like everything. It's like the comparison thing with everything. If it's not that, it's like I want to look like that, or I want to have that job, or I want those friends. It's like we always do it with everything.
It's true. It's never enough. We're never satisfied.
Never satisfied. Grass is always greener.
The grass isn't always greener. It's green where you water it.
Okay, Bieber.
What is your guys' favorite things about each other?
Next.
I'm
kidding. Keep that in. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
For as annoying as I can be about like to you and how like I always need like texts and I need communication and love and affection, you are one of like, if not the most, one of the most. What are you laughing at?
I just don't know what you're gonna say.
Best friends that anybody could ever have. Like truly. Like
really?
Yes. Like it's so crazy because people always tell me like don't do podcasts with your best friend or don't do stuff with your best friend, and it's like that's so not how it is with you. Like I know at the end of the day that you love me like family and like you would do anything for me, and like even though I'll text you and say I haven't heard from you in a few days, I knew if I really needed you, even if you weren't in state, like you would literally fly home to be there for me. And like that means more than you, like seriously more than you know, because like it's hard to find people like that.
See, this is when I laugh when I'm not supposed to.
It's hard to find people like that in your life, just because like we're all so busy and we have so much going on, and it's like we all have a lot going on in our lives, you know? But it's like I just know that you're always there, like you'll always be there, and that's like so rare.
I feel like you are the only person, aside from the person I'm in a relationship with, who can be as needy and like, I want to show up for you. Because I feel like you are the type of person that is always going to be rooting for me, always going to be encouraging, telling me to go for it, and like being there if things don't work out. a lot of our listeners, it's like, how do I find a friendship like that? Like, I want a friendship like that. How do I find a friend like Tanya? I'm like, Becca, but I need that friendship like Tanya. And I've realized like how special our friendship is. And I think it's, even though through our differences, we're able to fill in the blanks that we're missing in our own personality, you know? And like where I can be like a little pessimistic and like so like blasé about something, Tanya's like so excited and like optimistic and feels like awesome about it. And when she's like just spiraling out of control and like really overthinking things, I think I'm able to say like, hey, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. And I think that there's just this certain balance that you bring into my life, and I don't think there's room for anyone else like you in my life. And so you very much fill a specific role as a friend in my life, and I love that.
I miss you living next door to me.
We live right down the street from each other. Still feels fun. Get in your truck and come over whenever you want.
It's a little over a mile away from me.
Yeah, it's not far.
It's not ideal.
I was living on the west side still, and we would have never seen each other.
That would have been the end of our friendship.
Oh, wow.
Don't you think? We would never see each other.
I know, it's true. But we're back on the same side of town. We do a podcast together. You should listen if you haven't already. If you're not a listener watching this, Scrubbing In with Becca Tanya and Tanya Rad, wherever you can listen to podcasts. We're nominated for a second time People's Choice Award.
It's true. If you haven't voted, we have the link in our bio.
Yeah. And thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who submitted questions. Hope we entertained you. Subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.